Your mind is a quiet harbor, a place where thoughts ripple like water, lapping at the shore. You close your eyes, and the world softens, its edges blurring into a gentle haze. In this stillness, you feel the rhythm of your breath, slow and steady, like the tide pulling you deeper into calm. Tonight, you embark on a journey, not across lands or seas, but through the vast landscape of your own mind. You are holding a compass, not of iron or glass, but of thought. A mental model called systems thinking. It is a way of seeing, a way of understanding how the pieces of the world fit together, like stars forming constellations in the velvet night. Imagine you are standing on a hill, the grass cool beneath your feet. Above you, the sky stretches wide, speckled with stars that seem random at first, scattered like seeds on the wind. But as you gaze longer, patterns emerge, lines connect one star to another, forming shapes, a bear, a hunter, a river of light. Your mind does this naturally, seeking order in the chaos, weaving threads between points of light. This is the essence of systems thinking, the art of seeing connections, of understanding how one thing flows into another, how the world is not a collection of isolated parts, but a living, breathing whole. In science, systems thinking is a lens, a way to map the world's complexity. Picture a forest, its trees reaching toward the sky, their roots entwined beneath the earth. Each tree is a part, but it is also part of a greater whole, a system where leaves capture sunlight, roots drink water, and insects hum in a delicate dance of life. If a single tree falls, the forest shifts, birds find new perches, sunlight spills onto the forest floor, and new plants stretch toward the sky. Nothing exists alone. Your mind, too, is a forest. Each thought, a tree, each memory, a root, all woven together in a quiet, intricate balance. Feel your breath now, slow and deep. Each inhale is a part of a system, your body, a marvel of connections. Oxygen flows into your lungs, carried by blood to every cell, fueling the quiet fire of life. Your heart beats without thought, steady and sure, part of a rhythm that ties you to the world. Systems thinking teaches you to see this, to notice how your breath connects to the air, how the air connects to the trees, how the trees connect to the earth. It is a map not of places, but of relationships, a way to navigate the world by understanding its hidden threads. Now, imagine you are walking through a city at dusk, the streets glowing with soft light. Each person you pass is a system, their thoughts and actions rippling outward. A woman buys an apple from a vendor, and that coin passes from hand to hand, linking lives in ways unseen. The vendor uses it to buy bread, the baker uses it to buy flour, and so the system hums, a web of choices and consequences. Systems thinking invites you to see these ripples, to notice how a single act, a smile, a word, a choice, can shift the world in ways you cannot predict. Your mind, too, is a city, each thought a citizen, each choice a street that leads somewhere new. As you walk, you feel the ground beneath you, solid and still. But even the earth is a system, vast and slow. Rivers carve valleys, winds shape dunes, and continents drift like great ships on a molten sea. Scientists use systems thinking to understand these movements, to see how the Earth's parts, its oceans, forests, and skies work together. They study feedback loops, those quiet cycles that keep systems in balance. Picture a thermostat in your home. When the air grows cold, it hums to life, warming the room until balance returns. Your body does this too, cooling itself with sweat, warming itself with shivers, always seeking equilibrium. Your mind follows this rhythm, balancing rest and wakefulness, curiosity and calm. Lie back now, your head sinking into the pillow. Let your thoughts drift like leaves on a stream. Systems thinking is not just a tool for scientists, it is a gift to you. A way to find peace in complexity. When your mind feels heavy with worry, when the world seems too vast to grasp, this compass helps you see the patterns. You notice how one thought leads to another, how a moment of stress can ripple into your day. But you also see the loops that bring you back. Deep breaths, soft music, the warmth of your bed, each is part of your system, guiding you toward rest. Picture a lake now, its surface smooth as glass, reflecting the moon's pale light. The lake is a system too. Its waters fed by streams, its depths home to fish and reeds. If a stone falls into the water, ripples spread. Scientists call this emergence, when simple parts create something greater, like a flock of birds moving as one, their wings tracing patterns no single bird could dream. As you rest, your mind begins to slow, each thought softening like the edges of a dream. You see now how systems thinking is more than a model. It is a way of being. It is the quiet understanding that everything is connected, your breath to the air, your thoughts to your heart, your life to the world. You are not separate, not alone. You are part of a vast, gentle system, one that hums with life even as you drift towards sleep. Let this compass guide you, not to answers, but to questions, to the beauty of seeing the world as a whole. And yet, as you rest in this stillness, another question stirs, soft as a whisper. If your mind is a system, weaving connections like threads in a tapestry, what happens when you choose one thread over another? What happens when you decide? The night holds this question gently, inviting you to carry it forward into the lattice of choices that awaits. Your breath is soft now, a gentle rhythm that carries you deeper into the night. You lie still, your body sinking into the embrace of your bed, the world outside fading like a distant melody. In this quiet space, your mind drifts not aimlessly, but with purpose, as if following a path through a forest at dusk. The air is cool, the leaves above you rustling softly, and each step you take feels like a choice, a moment where one path diverges into many. This is the mental model of decision trees, a map of possibilities that grows like branches, each one leading you somewhere new, yet all part of the same living whole. Imagine you are standing at the edge of this forest, the ground soft beneath your feet. Before you, a single path splits into two, then four, then countless trails, each winding through shadows and light. This is how your mind works when you choose what to eat, what to say, what to dream. Each choice is a branch, and each branch leads to new ones, forming a lattice that stretches beyond sight. Scientists use decision trees to model these moments, to map the outcomes of choices like a gardener tracing the growth of a vine. In your mind, this lattice is alive, glowing faintly, each path a possibility, each turn a whisper of what could be. Feel your heartbeat now, steady and calm, like the pulse of the forest itself. You take a step, choosing one path over another. The trail is soft, lined with moss, and as you walk, you notice how each choice shapes the journey. If you turn left, you might find a clearing bathed in moonlight. If you turn right, a stream that sings softly in the dark. Decision trees teach you that no choice is ever alone. It branches into consequences, into new choices, each one rippling through your life like a pebble dropped in a pond. Your mind. As you walk deeper into the forest, the paths multiply. But there is no rush. The lattice of choices is not a maze to solve, but a pattern to admire, like the veins of a leaf held up to the light. In cognitive science, decision trees help explain how your brain navigates uncertainty. Your mind weighs options, not with cold calculation, but with a quiet intuition, like a bird choosing where to land. Studies show your brain uses patterns, memories, and feelings to prune the tree. to focus on the branches that matter most. When you chose to dim the lights tonight, to slip into bed, your mind followed a familiar path, one that leads to rest, to dreams. Lie back now, your head cradled by the pillow, the forest fading into a soft blur. The lattice of choices is always with you, even in sleep. Each decision, no matter how small, adds a thread to the tapestry of your life. Scientists call this path dependence, the way one choice shapes the next. Like you, lie in the soft embrace of your bed, the world hushed, your breath a quiet rhythm that mirrors the rise and fall of waves on a distant shore. The night is vast, a canvas of stars that seem to shimmer with possibility. Your mind drifts, not tethered to certainty, but floating on the tide of what might be. This is the realm of Bayesian thinking, a mental model that teaches you to navigate uncertainty like a sailor reading the sea, adjusting your course with each new wave, each new piece of evidence that ripples through your thoughts. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a beach, the sand cool and damp beneath your feet. The tide rolls in, gentle and unhurried, each wave carrying whispers of the ocean's secrets. Bayesian thinking is like this tide. It asks you to hold your beliefs lightly, to let them shift as new information arrives. Imagine you hear a sound in the distance, a soft hum on the wind. Is it a bird, a wave, or something else? Your mind begins with a guess, a starting point, like a single star in the sky. As you listen longer, the sound grows clearer, and your belief adjusts, like a sailor turning the helm to follow the current. Feel your breath now, slow and steady. Each inhale a moment of gathering, each exhale a release. Bayesian thinking is rooted in science, in the mathematics of probability, yet it feels as natural as breathing. It begins with a simple idea. Your beliefs are not fixed but fluid, like water finding its level. In the 18th century, Thomas Bayes, a quiet scholar, crafted a formula that scientists still use to update predictions. Picture a weather forecaster, watching clouds gather on the horizon. They start with a belief, say a 30% chance of rain. Then new data arrives, a drop in pressure, a shift in the wind. They adjust, recalculating, until the chance of rain rises to 70%. Your mind does this too, quietly, without effort, as you weigh the world's signals. Now, imagine you are afloat on a small boat, the sea stretching endlessly around you. The stars above are your map, but they shift with the night, and you must adjust your course. Bayesian thinking teaches you to update your beliefs with each new piece of evidence, like a sailor reading the stars. In your life, you do this every day. When you woke this morning, you might have believed the day would be ordinary. Then a friend called, a task shifted, a moment of joy surprised you, and your belief about the day changed. Like waves reshaping the shore, this mental model invites you to embrace that change, to let your mind flow with the tide. As you rest, your body softens, sinking deeper into the bed. The tide of probabilities is not about finding certainty, but about finding peace in uncertainty. Scientists use Bayesian thinking to unravel mysteries from the paths of planets to the patterns of your brain. In neuroscience, they study how your mind predicts the world, using past experiences to guess what comes next. When you hear a familiar song, your brain anticipates the next note before it plays, updating its prediction with each chord. This is Bayesian thinking at work, a dance of expectation and evidence, as natural as the waves that cradle your boat. Lie back now, your thoughts drifting like seaweed on the current. Picture a single wave rolling toward you, carrying a shell that glints in the moonlight. You pick it up, turning it in your hands, and wonder where it came from. Did it travel from a distant shore, or was it born nearby? Bayesian thinking asks you to start with a guess. Perhaps it's local, common, ordinary. Then you notice its shape, its color, its weight, and your belief shifts. Maybe it's rare, carried across oceans. You don't need to know for sure. You only need to adjust, to let the evidence guide you, like a tide, pulling you gently toward truth. This mental model is a gift, a way to navigate the uncertainties of life without fear. When you worry about tomorrow, when a question lingers unanswered, Bayesian thinking whispers that you don't need all the answers now. You can start with what you know, with a single belief, and let the world teach you, one wave at a time. In medicine, doctors use this to diagnose, starting with a likely cause, then testing, observing, updating. In your life, you do the same. When you chose to rest tonight, you weighed the day's demands, the pull of sleep, and let the evidence guide you, here, to this moment of calm. The sea is quiet now, its waves a soft lullaby. Your mind is not a place of rigid truths, but a living tide, always moving, always learning. Bayesian thinking teaches you to trust this flow, to let your beliefs evolve like water finding its path. Each thought, each choice, is a wave that carries you forward, not to a fixed destination, but to a deeper understanding. As you drift closer to sleep, you feel the tide within you, gentle and sure, carrying you toward rest. And yet, as the waves lull you, a new thought stirs, soft as a breeze across the water. If your beliefs shift with each new wave, what happens when you turn inward? When you watch your own thoughts as they rise and fall? The night holds this question, inviting you to step into the mirror of reflection, where your mind observes itself, quiet and still. The night deepens, and your breath slows. Each exhale a release, each inhale a gathering of calm. The horizon of wonder is a promise, a reminder that even the vastest questions have simple roots. Your mind, in its gentle wisdom, knows how to find these truths, how to strip away the unnecessary until only clarity remains. As you drift toward sleep, you feel this horizon within you, its line steady, its stars guiding you to rest. And yet, as the plane fades into the soft haze of night, a final thought stirs, quiet as a whisper in the dark. If the simplest truths guide you, how do they weave together, forming the tapestry of your life? The night holds this question, inviting you to rest in the wonder of all you've learned, as the stars align above you.